Thanks for joining me. I'm Aaron Rutten, and I'm back with another tip to improve your workflow. Today I'll show you how to start your digital paintings at a smaller resolution and upscale them later. For digital painters, starting at a smaller resolution and upscaling is a practical strategy to circumvent hardware limitations. Working on a massive canvas can lead to software crashes or severe brush lag, since the computer must process a significant amount of data per stroke, especially with resource-heavy brushes. By building up the large areas of a painting on a smaller canvas first, artists can maintain smooth brush performance and then upscale the entire piece for final print or web output. Beyond performance, there are several practical reasons to upscale. You might have accidentally started a project on a canvas that is too small, or perhaps you have older, low-resolution work that you now want to make commercially viable for high-quality printing. For instance, display pieces intended for the web might only be 72 dpi, whereas professional prints often aim for 300 dpi. To give you an example, here is a landscape painting I made in Rebelle. This used a ton of layers, and I was recording the process while using some power-hungry brushes. The size I intended to print at would have required a very high-resolution canvas that would have incapacitated my computer, so I painted this at a lower but still adequate resolution with the plan to upscale later. If you are interested in seeing how this painting looked after I upscaled and printed it, I have a separate video about that. It's vital to understand the right way to upscale since there are so many applications that offer this feature. Traditional methods fall short, so let's explore how to use modern tools rather than relying on outdated techniques. I have this painting to demonstrate with. This is only 1920 by 1080. I don't recall exactly why I made this so small, but I suspect I was trying to conserve computer power, perhaps for the particle brushes I was using in Corel Painter. Or maybe I was recording this painting and I needed to reserve some processing power for that. Regardless of why this is small, what if I want to make it larger? This particular piece gets a lot of positive feedback, and I like it quite a bit. At this size, it's fine for web use, but if I ever wanted to print this, it needs to be much larger. The method for classic upscaling is to multiply the pixels in an image. If you're selecting something like image size or resize, that's probably this method. This process typically involves interpolation techniques such as bilinear or bicubic filtering, which attempt to fill in the gaps between existing pixels by averaging the colors of neighboring ones. This results in a softer, blurrier result that is really only technically upscaling by making the image size larger, but not clearer or more detailed. Because this traditional approach cannot infer new information or sharpen edges effectively, the lack of fidelity becomes painfully apparent, especially when the image is scaled significantly. If you were to print this or display it at a large scale, it would really look unprofessional due to the visible artifacting and lack of definition. There are some alternative methods like fractal upscaling found in Rebelle that yield slightly better results, but it's still pseudo-upscaling since no real detail is being added. Ultimately, it's really not worth using these classic methods, considering the more advanced options at your disposal, such as AI-upscaling, which we will learn about next. If we compare traditional upscaling to AI-upscaling, you can really see the difference. Recent advances in AI image generation have taken upscaling to a whole new level. The results are much better with details that are crisp and more professional looking. You truly can take an old low-resolution image and bring it into the future by increasing the sharpness and detail. In this demonstration, I'll be using Gigapixel through Photoshop. Another key difference is that AI upscaling may involve cost. I'm paying for Adobe Creative Cloud anyway, so I have more than enough AI credits to cover my needs. But if you're using another service, then you might have to purchase credits to upscale your work. In contrast, you can use any number of free applications like Krita to upscale using the classic methods. There are two basic approaches to upscaling that AI can use: preserve detail and add detail. Preserve detail is going to attempt to sharpen the resolution without taking too much liberty with the details. For the most part, this is great, but even AI isn't perfect. You may notice upscaled details that are incorrect or incomplete. For example, the hand in this painting. If we look at the original, you can see that it doesn't have much detail to begin with. The hair is also a little chunky. It's definitely enlarged, but it's not exactly as I'd like it. I can't really fault AI here because it showed restraint and didn't change anything. It only made everything clearer. You'll have to decide if your results are good enough. If not, then there are ways to improve the scaling. We'll come back to that. If you upscale while letting AI have free range with the detail, you may find it adds in objects and details that didn't exist in the original. As you can see, this is no longer my artwork, and instead an AI interpretation of my work. While this is useless for upscaling for the sake of preserving the original detail, I can see myself using this as inspiration to revisit this painting and add more detail manually. There's usually a strength setting you can use to control how much detail AI adds in. In this case, the painting largely stays the same and only the subject changes, but the results will vary from image to image. Sure, neither method I used here is perfect, but it is far better than the classic upscaling through interpolation. And I'm certain that in another 2 or 3 years, upscaling will be even more faithful to the original detail. Low detail is what makes upscaling necessary, but it is also what makes it difficult to upscale. AI has to guess what the new details will be, but because detail is so subjective, it's challenging to get it exactly right. What I imagine this would look like with more detail will probably differ from what you envision. So it might be that even with the best possible upscaling quality, it becomes nearly impossible to achieve the right result subjectively. If we compare this wolf drawing, which I intentionally downsized and then upscaled from very small, you can see that the results are pretty sad. But even if AI didn't butcher the details and it actually looked good, it still wouldn't match my original. As you add detail through upscaling, you are deviating from your original. So the act of upscaling is always going to be destructive to the original fidelity no matter what. This is why I think ultimately upscaling is going to evolve into an intermediate step rather than the end result. If AI altering your work is off-putting, perhaps it's a compromise to touch up the painting to bring it closer to your vision. You can paint over the work to make it more personalized. For example, I can fix the hand, hair, and some of the dress textures. Even though this image is large, I will only be using small brushes in small areas, so performance shouldn't be an issue. Be aware that upscaling will affect brush-dependent elements like paint edges, grains, and textures. It is often challenging to match the original paint rendering once upscaled. As you can see, it was quite a bit of work to touch this one up. It's important to remember that a lot of this detail won't be visible from a distance, and mostly just supports the sharpness of the image. So even if it looks a little AI-generated up close, from a distance it looks pretty good. I recommend periodically comparing your new version to the original to ensure it doesn't get too far off course. If I use Photoshop to compare the new version to the interpolated original, you can see how the result is much cleaner. I didn't have to rework the character, but I'm glad I did since it looks much better. If you want to watch the full process of how I touched up this character, become a member to get access. Now I have the best of both worlds. My painting is larger, it doesn't include anything I don't want it to, and I had a hand in increasing the detail. The role AI had was minimal, and really just assisted me in sharpening things up. You might be curious if you can do this using classic upscaling. You can, but everything you upscaled will be blurry, and the new details you paint over it will be very sharp. This will create an inconsistent image, and I wouldn't recommend it. As we saw earlier, all upscaling methods rely on existing detail, so there is a minimum size your artwork must be to scale properly. If I try to scale up this painting that is only 300 pixels wide, you can see that it looks terrible. Some subject matter might tolerate scaling from a very low resolution better than others. In particular, art uses a lot of brushstrokes and textures that AI doesn't recognize as well as photographic details, and the artistic details that are captured are not always easy to replicate. At a low resolution, you might have a simple texture that works, but when you scale that exact pattern larger, it doesn't look right. You'd need to substitute it for a more intricate texture. For the best results, you definitely don't want to start with anything that is less than 1000 pixels. My advice would be to paint as large as possible, so long as you're getting good performance from your brushes. The more detail you start with, the better the upscaling results will be. On the other end of the spectrum, you may be tempted to scale your work as large as possible, But this isn't usually necessary. The larger you scale, the more space the image will take up on your storage. If your upscaler is simply multiplying the pixels in your image, it really isn't adding any detail. It's just making the file size unnecessarily larger. And even if you're using AI to infer detail, there aren't many use cases where a super large image is required. In fact, very large billboard prints are printed at a low DPI since they will be viewed at a distance. So I would recommend having a target resolution or print size in mind before scaling, and only scale it to that size. Painting on a smaller canvas is a powerful way to keep your workflow fluid and responsive without sacrificing the quality of your final output. By choosing AI upscaling over traditional methods, you can achieve professional results while maintaining control over the final details. Remember to set a specific target resolution for your project to avoid unnecessary file sizes, and don't be afraid to manually touch up your work to ensure it aligns perfectly with your original vision. While technology will continue to advance, the best approach remains a balance of using smart tools for scaling and your own artistic judgment for the final polish. That's all for this tutorial. I hope these techniques help you manage your digital painting workflow more effectively and get the most out of your artwork. If you have any questions or experiences with upscaling, feel free to drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.